Hey guys, it's Allison here, and it is day, 16 of LOAD218, and one of the adventures today is to create a monochromatic layout. Something I did a few days ago, and even yesterday my second layout was a little one note. So I am going to attempt that challenge again, but this time with a different color. So these are the pictures that I am going to scrapbook. Actually, I have three pictures. I have these two, which is where I'm taking my color cues from, and then I have this one, which, so these are the snowflake ball, the sort of centerpiece and all the drinks and whatnot, and then this is the table of desserts. And I think it was from the snowflake ball, and it was right next to it, so I thought I would just kind of tuck it in and pretend like it belongs. But my color cues are definitely from these. So I have gone through my scraps, and I have pulled out various blues and turquoises, and then I went looking for a full 12 by 12 into my blue section, and I have a couple of different color schemes, so and I'm not really sure where I want to take this, so I thought I would show you my process. So one color scheme is very blue, and I quite like this. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, hopefully it will. It's been in my stash forever. This was a 12 by 12 paper pack. I have no idea. I bought it at Michael's. It might have been Die Cuts with a View or something, but it's got this it's like glittery, iridescent-y kind of embossed pattern on it, which I thought worked really well with my photos. And then I have this one, which is from the same paper pack, but it's got a little bit more of that sort of turquoisey. This is more icy blue, and this is a bit warmer. So this is the sort of the quandary I'm having, which direction to take it, the sort of icy blue or bring in the warmer tones. And I think both could work. So these are my two color schemes. So I've got some creamy blues. I'm not sure that the cream is working for me. So let's put that to one side. And then I've got more true blues. I quite like that, actually. Where's that icy one? So that could be a good scheme. And then I've got more of the sort of turquoisey. This one back there. Yeah, I think I definitely need to go away from the turquoise and cream and concentrate on the more pure blues. I also have, so I've got a couple other sheets in here, other options. I kind of like this bubble one. I don't know if I can work it in, but I think this is gonna work, this color scheme here. I'm gonna get rid of this one then. Okay. So I will put all these creamy turquoisey ones away. These are the ones I'm going to try and work with. This has probably got a stripe on the back. Oh no, more dots. Okay. And now I'm looking at some of the scraps that I've pulled out, and I can immediately discount a lot of them. I don't mind that part of it, but I don't want to bring in the yellow. I mean, I do want to bring in the yellow because it actually kind of works with the photos with that glow in the middle, but that would be against a monochromatic look. I could bring in that as a journaling card, but these turquoise ones are not going to work. that could work. These are not going to work. That's too green, too turquoise, and too turquoise. Okay, so I've got my scheme and I will get started. So my first job is to figure out which paper is going to be in my background, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be that rose print. But I'm just putting the photos on all the other papers to see how I like them framed by those papers. And I quickly realized that yes, I do want that rose print in my background, so I trim off the branding strip. I believe that is from Maggie Holmes' Bloom collection, but I'm not positive. So I also want to be able to show off that paper as much as possible. And to do that, I place those two similar looking photos in a line, and then I trim a piece of that glittery paper and place it so that I can have like an L shape. And I toyed with the idea of framing that sort of oddball photo, and then I decided I really didn't want to frame it to bring attention to it. So I'm going to leave it as is. And now I'm just trying to figure out what other elements I need to add. And I pulled in that blue star paper and then that dark blue constellation paper. And the light blue star paper just really wasn't working. The colors were fighting. And the dark blue one, I decided, I really have a vision for how I want that to work on a layout. So I decided that, nope, this was not the layout for that. And then I remembered I have a snowflake border punch. So I took the glittery paper and I cut out a strip of that so that I can place that on the layout. Now I had cut a strip of the light blue polka dots, and I have that up at the top right now. But I decide to replace that with this strip with the snowflakes on it, and just sort of move the other one down to the bottom of that strip. And that makes me really happy. So now I have the glittery paper up at the top, and then it also shows down at the bottom. And that's a good way to keep the layout feeling cohesive. I also flipped that blue paper over. One side has like white polka dots on it, and the other side just has like bigger circles, tone-on-tone circles, so it reads almost as a solid. And I liked those two photos framed with that side of the paper better than the light blue polka or the white polka dots. And then that way I can have the light blue polka dot paper underneath, and it doesn't seem like polka dots on polka dots. But I don't want the strip underneath to go all the way across. So I decide in the end to just have it's a little bit more than halfway across. But I like that it's adding some layers and interest, but it's not, I don't know, it's more interesting, I guess, than having it go all the way across. So now I am looking for some letters for my title, and I pulled in all my sort of blue letter stickers, and quickly realized that two of them were a bit too turquoise. So I have these chunky, glittery, sort of royal blue, and then these white ones that are chipboard, and they have like iridescent polka dots on them. Okay guys, can we talk a little bit of reality here? I discovered after a couple of hours, in fact, while this video was saving on my computer, that I had got the title wrong. It is not the snowflake ball, it is the Yule ball. And I tried to live with it, and I could not. I cannot have that kind of gross inaccuracy in my album. So I ripped up the letters, as you see here, did a bunch of damage, and then went about trying to fix it. So the rest of the video shows me putting the layout together with the incorrect title, and then the pictures at the end I'll come back and talk about the corrections. And now before I get my journaling on, I decide to see about bringing in those snowflakes that came out of the border punch. And I just lightly place them on the layout. I'm trying to be conscious of not having an embellishment cluster in the top left and the bottom right, like I talked about yesterday. But it's hard. Anyways, I do glue those down, and then I get my journaling in, and the last thing I need is just a little bit more decoration. So I grab some blue sequins and some glittery white enamel dots. I cannot remember who makes those enamel dots. It might be Doodlebug. Yeah, I think they're Doodlebug. They're a couple years old though. It came in a card kit. But they're just perfect for this layout. They go really well with those letter stickers and all the other colors that are going on. And then I just grab my little bag of blue sequins and add a few sequins on there. And that's really all that I add. All right, so now it's time to see a close-up of the finished layout. And I was able to cover a lot of the damage on the photo with the new letters. However, the paper underneath was kind of a goner. But I had enough of my scraps left that I could cut a piece to fit right under there. And I don't think you can really tell that there's a new piece of paper there. And then I covered the damage that I did on the photo with some extra sequins. And I actually really like this look. It really adds a lot to that sort of blah photo of the chocolate buffet. So I'm quite pleased. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully for an error-free layout. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.